Okay, welcome to this sidebar episode.
Oh, we got Tony. We're so excited. We're so excited.
Hey, baby. Yeah, I'm excited
We
too.
about to put him
I
to work
can't
right
wait to
quick
see y'all
too.
chart.
Like
I
y'all know,
can't
Tony
wait.
reads charts, but I didn't pulled out my damn big binder to get my birth certificate
Now
time.
let me say, let me say while they're pulling their charts up, let me say this: I am not an astrologer. I say this all the time. You know, this
Okay.
was a fixation
Love it.
as a result of the tiz, and you know, it
Period.
now
So,
makes me.
do you really believe in astrology?
I believe, yeah. I don't think it's necessarily like I don't view it as like a religion to believe in. It's more of
Okay.
like, well, I mean, I know it's classified as a pseudoscience, but it's more about like, I don't know. I think it really does. I mean, because it's ancient, it helps us like really,
Right.
I don't know, understand ourselves better and figure out how to move through life. Now, it does get very, very, very complex, which is why I was like, I will never claim to
Hey,
be an
Noah.
astrologer because it gets down to like the energy of Cancer represents salty foods, and then we got Taurus
I'm
representing
sorry.
the
That was.
throat.
But Jamila, why did you get your black mama face? The way you look. Did not. I'm over here. Is the way you look to the side, Jamila.
He didn't lock himself out the iPad, and I gotta wait a minute to put in the passcode. You know the code.
I'm crying. That was hella funny. I'm so sorry. I just looked up and she was.
I'm on mommy duty.
It's so crazy that we're the new adults because like what the fuck was that?
And you just locked in. You just knew to do
Like
that.
you just
I know you
knew.
want to be seen.
Oh,
Hey Noah,
hey Noah.
how's your day going, bud?
He can't even hear y'all.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
you know what? And I'm just in full on. Hey, because
Say
you know you're
hi.
supposed to talk to the children like they're people.
right.
You know, you're not supposed to da 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 da. What the hell
Okay, I
time does
think
this
I
say?
got you.
Stole your whole face.
Right, but she get mad when I say this. He got his daddy little strip right here. That's his daddy unibrow.
You gonna be quiet? Okay. You can stay here as long as you're quiet. Okay, so for this birth chart,
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
where the
what
hell?
I gotta send? I just send.
Just
the
go
link?
to the Cafe Mocha and then we'll talk about other stuff while we are typing this in, so we could.
Cafe Mocha is hilarious.
Well, I already finished it, so I'm saying, how do I send it to you?
Oh,
Go to go down to the bottom where you see the wheel and like that little chart, and then you should be able to like open that in another link, like or save it as a photo, and then send that to me.
you know what's crazy? I might have thought my birth time. I might have got my birth time wrong for the whole motherfucking 29 years, child.
This one right here.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm finna scream if I thought I was born an hour after I was actually born this whole time. Mom, what the fuck? Okay, so just to fill up the silence, because I have other questions for you, obviously, outside of, astro shit. You do
Beautiful,
music.
beautiful. I do music.
So, yeah, we definitely want to plug your music. I feel like people know you for TikTok a lot, and then there's this other piece that, Tony also does music. So, was music first? How long have you been doing it for?
Music was definitely first. I've been doing it professionally since 2015, 2016. I started with writing for
Okay.
up and coming artists. Okay, perfect, got it. Um, and then I released my first project in 2019. And yeah, I took a bit of a break because I wanted to like really understand. Because okay, so a lot of my hold on, because we got some lore actually.
Okay, give us
Now,
the lore.
and now
You
that
know
I'm
we
talking
love
with
Because
people
now
that grew up in the
see
church,
that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to be like, oh, we're just gonna pause everything and not talk, like we're multitasking here, because everything is gonna lead into everything, and I'm about to ask y'all everything. So, but I want to ask you the professional things first about the music.
right. I appreciate this. I appreciate this. Yeah. So first of all, my actual my name is Charles, right? Charles Mays. Stepan
Ooh.
Tony is based off of my middle name,
Oh.
Stephen Anthony. So
Oh.
yeah.
That is a
Now I do have
strong
friends that
name.
call me Tony, so like responding to people calling me Tony, I'm like, oh yeah, well that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But what my artist name came from is C Mays, and it came from J Moss
Oh.
because Right, because J Moss was the only like gospel artist that really like inspired me. So when I first of all, I wasn't inspired by anything when I was a child. Like really, it took me like turning 12 to be like to find out I could even sing, and that I had an interest in music. Because really, everything else I wasn't really fucking with like that. Got
Yeah.
this on here?
Yeah. No.
Oh,
This is
okay, okay.
Patreon. You could. This is YouTube. You know, it ain't no
Okay,
community
perfect,
guidelines.
perfect,
It's
perfect.
literally our little tag.
Got you. But yeah, and so like, of course, my parents tell me, what you do for God will last. So you can't go
Okay.
out there singing. My parents were new Christians.
That's so
Dad just
fun.
came off the
I
streets.
love new Christians.
New Christians
You
are
know what I'm
so.
They have a
saying?
different vigor about them, you know?
It's
Everything is
very
so
strong,
serious.
so serious. They are not playing. I'm like, you
Yeah.
was just doing drugs. Like, relax. But whatever. They're like, okay, well, if you want to make it to heaven, you gotta sing for the Lord. And so then I had to like get into gospel music, and then like none of them. I mean, the Clark sisters was Clark sisters,
See.
yeah. But
Right.
I needed a male figure, a male voice to like,
Yeah.
really resonate with, and it was J Moss for me. And I was like, okay, I'll just go by C Mays, lazy boo. But
It's
it just
stuck.
stuck with me, and so that's what I went by, and that's what I was doing on TikTok. And then I was like, I never really felt like the type to really get online and sing. Um, because I don't know, it gives me tap dancing vibes.
I was gonna say,
Like
does it
Queen
feel
Naija.
like it feels too serious? Like,
No, because she starts singing anytime anyone asks her.
I didn't know that, but
Wait, you
and
didn't see
that's
the tweet from the boy who went to high school with her and was like,
no.
so this girl had tweeted, Queen Naija looks like the type to just would sing anything and like annoy you in high school, and like a boy tweeted it who went to high school with her and was like, actually, you're correct. She
That's
used
exactly
to sing.
what happened.
She used
You
to
know
work
what?
like at the student store and sing like the orders back to people.
Yeah, that actually,
that tracks.
and that's not,
That's invaluable lore.
But yeah. I couldn't do that, and I really couldn't stand the people that did that. I
That's why I can't sing for real, because God knew how I'd have been.
And I be hearing you though.
You know, I was a choir. I
The
was in
soul
church
is
choir.
there.
You get what I'm saying? I can hold a note. I can sing amongst a few people. Now, if we get a little quartet going, yeah, I can hold my own. But as a solo artist, no, not as a solo.
I got you. But that's really the reason why I didn't post a lot of singing. I just wanted to like talk shit. I just wanted to, talk about whatever I felt and be goofy and move on. For the first video that really, really, like, I had a few videos that did well. It was just me talking. But then like when it came to talking about Aquariuses who really love when you bring them up. They have this God complex. I'm sure y'all have experienced.
I actually have not experienced an Aquarius.
Really?
You don't want to.
No, I haven't. These are the signs I have dated. My first two boyfriends were Capricorns, and their birthdays were a day apart. January 11th and January 12th. They were back to back. Terrible.
I think I got Jasmine.
Oh.
And then yes, that's part of the reason she still remembers their names. And then Unc was a Taurus, and then the nigga born in the 80s, crack baby, was a Virgo.
Good God Almighty, the worst.
Really, and then
What were you dating a Virgo for? Mighty mercy.
you know what? It was. I didn't realize it was mess until towards the end, because since he was older, he held it together for a long time. But then I was like,
Oh, is this the one that was 57? I guess
Yes.
that's the age.
so wait. I'm not gonna assume that you listen to like the podcast every single week, but this is like a running joke of like Jamila will purposely.
I got you.
Yeah, she will purposely up the age 17 years. So that was hella funny.
I'm really thinking like, oh, okay.
No, okay.
I
So
feel
one
that,
of them,
maybe.
one of them was 40 when I met him, and then the other, so one was born in 1981, and then one was born in 1979.
Yeah.
So, when I met him, he was 42.
How old is he?
How
now?
old you?
I'm 29, but when I met him, I was like 3 weeks. I'm screaming. I know, right? He's a comedian as fuck, Jamila.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, I like the circle. But when I met Unc, I was like 3 weeks from turning 27, so I was 26. So I was 26 and he was 42. It wasn't bad.
Okay.
Jamila be making it seem like it's a whole bunch of.
I'll be dating old too. That is quite a distance, but
It's some
Don't go long distances. he ain't need no Viagra though, so it was cool. It was fine.
That's important.
Right.
That was, and he be riding them horses and shit. So he real well preserved his body. Together. But this is how I knew he was from
Texas.
Yes, and he from Spring.
Oh, cool.
This is how I knew he was from a different time. He got a tattoo that like Tupac, I would say Thug Life, but it says Godson.
Like, it just get deeper and deeper.
It
just
get deeper
older
and deeper.
older. That's why I give him a new age every damn week.
Yeah. I would like to unpack that on a.
I could go more into details about how he looks, but that would cause you to want to unpack more. Because
Photos
if you remember Real Chance of Love.
Yes.
He definitely looks like real. Like his hair is like that, and he wears it in 2 braids.
I know that's right. Yeah.
With Trinity on them horses.
He light skin.
Yeah, you know,
like brown,
like a Cherokee, he look like he really do look like real. Like he like a brown, you know.
Yeah.
Since TikTok, everyone debate what light skin, dark skin is. So you can't even call no one brown skin no more. But I would.
You know what? Shout out to y'all. Just TikTok in general. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. And I'm exhausted for y'all. No one wants to laugh anymore. We want to be so serious.
I be exhausted. You know what? What's crazy? I'm exhausted for y'all. That's why I said I said, we had Super 5, but before Super 5, it was y'all. So that's, and then...
Wait, y'all, what you mean?
I would say it's really more so
it is, but you be... See,
that
problem is...
It's be like on the side.
Yeah, but I was going to say... And that's why I was finna be messy, and I was finna be like, but you're so funny, because sometimes... when people are whacking y'all as a group, you'll be in the picture, and then other times you won't. You'll just be like, well, this ain't got nothing to do with me, so I don't know them. I ain't gonna remind y'all they're my friends right now.
right. Until it matters, right?
Until it matters.
Y'all talking shit online. It's like, okay, well, let's watch it. Let's watch it though. Because they be coming at them crazy, but especially Christina.
It's
I'd be like
insane.
I would put if I knew where y'all were. Do you know what I would do to you?
It's insane.
And
I always say, like, if I was Christina at the time when the first situation happened, where she called the niggas bullet bags, y'all would hate to see what I would call y'all.
Do you hear me?
And the way they still bring it up, it's like, well, are we not gonna acknowledge the context?
Are we not gonna?
The context never counts. I'm like, baby, let me tell you something. Y'all would have been much worse.
Actually, I didn't even need the context, because the thing is, I don't care what I'm presented as. It's real heavy on the day, most days, but I've always.
I pull up out of here.
You know what?
And it just simply has to be that. Like when I'll be talking like, oh, thank God I never was giving full on activist on the internet. Because I had said something to a nigga one time that was, I'm not even gonna repeat it, but it was so fucking ignorant, and I said they would have ate me up if they found out about this.
All the time. That's why I keep my mouth closed.
It was like a security guard had pushed, manhandled me. So we going back and forth. It's within context, we are arguing because I'm all types of bitches and hoes, and he all type of whatever.
Yeah, and you gonna be what I say.
You gonna be what I say you is, child. You ain't. Why is you manhandling me outside of 50-15? What the hell is we talking about?
Yeah. I know how my mouth is. I'm not the most PC person. I refer to them when I have questions about what's going on. And so that's a lot of the time where you see me, because I don't like to speak when I don't know exactly, and I don't have the best words for it all the time. I only know.
Yeah. I don't like
and they know how to work around that, especially Christina. She's very good with that.
She's gotten better, and that's what's even crazier. like having been following all of y'all for a few years now, watching how, and like even in myself, you kind of learn how to have to speak, like how to snap someone up without being bitch, hoe, damn, fuck you and your mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, we can gather.
It's definitely a skill that you have to work on, and it takes a lot of patience. Takes a lot of, you know,
and you really only grow it by getting into it with folks. That's the key.
That's a good point. That's a good point because, you know, I just got to a point recently where I was like, I honestly don't give a fuck. Some days I'm gonna have that energy, and I'm ready to go back and forth with you. Another thing that's kept me from like really going there is like the strikes that I get to my account from the Zodiac content.
And I want to be honest. That's the only reason I stopped. Like I even thought to develop the skill was because everyone knows it because I say it all the time. My account was on warning mode for a year for cussing Hood Healer out when she said the slave ships didn't exist. I cussed her out like for days.
It was just reminded
mad
me
again.
Of that
And you know
what? Now I'm mad again.
Right. I just felt the blind rage I felt. I can't even tell. I was going for like they think Tori was. That's why I was laughing. I was like, no, y'all did not see me in my prime. I was going in, and I was all them Dr. Umar ass the Hebrew Israelites. I have an arch nemesis on TikTok to this day from that shit.
Really?
Bristol, the lady with the mole, who the Hebrew Israelite. We've been cussing each other out since 2021. Like,
that's right.
Like every time she pops up, and people be like people who've been following be like, it's Crystal, like, cause she make so many different accounts.
Hello there.
Hello there. Like,
but to circle back to follow up and close the loop on Christina.
Because you know that's what they had critiqued us on, Jamila. They said we don't never finish our damn points.
We don't.
I do it all the time. It's the ADHD.
It's just kind of like, I don't know. You got it.
Is advancing.
I was just
and then we're doing it right now again. Finish the point. I'm sorry.
No. It's fine.
We will have an unfinished complete episode. They'll
No,
be like,
I
wait,
do that
what were they
all
talking
the
about?
time.
I don't know.
What was the end of that story? Follow along.
Yeah,
and then maybe we'll bring it back up another time. We'll bring it back up another time. Just tune in, Sting. No, like I wasn't on social media for a year. So even me getting on TikTok first after being off for like a year, almost 2 years, was a lot for me. But what I was going to bring up is the fact that I heard about that tweet while being off of all the social medias. I heard about that tweet. I was like, Christina, that was
so mean.
When she told me, we were literally sitting down. This is like when we were first like started even communicating. And she was talking about something that she was doing. And she was like, yeah, I'm just scared they're going to bring up that situation. I was like, what situation? And she was like, okay, I have something to tell you. And I was like, what? And she was like, okay, so I got really upset. She tells me the whole situation. She was like, and so I tweeted. And I called these niggas bullet bags. I said, that was you? And that's literally how I was like, girl, I was
you heard about it without the context of knowing it was,
without the context.
That's crazy.
I didn't need the context because I've always hated men. I have always felt that way. And it's something that I'm working on. I
do want to say this, though. I agree with Dr. Umar when he said we cannot psychologize everybody. Some of you niggas is going to have to be put down for good. For good. And I think with this, learning about who Jarvis Butts is, some of these niggas, Jarvis Butts,
that's the one who
killed
the baby.
Girl. Yes, and hold up, Nazaya. I don't want to mess her name.
Nazaya.
Sorry, it was Nazaya. Yeah. And wait, had given a 4-year-old an STD before that. Mm-hmm. Like, no, he has a track record of assaulting children.
I want him skinned alive.
I want him to be a bullet bag. Yeah, and y'all can quote me on saying that.
Yeah, and let the headshot be last. No shade.
No, someone when I had tweeted that, I was like, Jarvis Butts is the reason I agree with Dr. Umar on the whole. We can't psychologize everyone. The girl said, I don't even want him put down. I want him tortured every day for like 10 years and then killed slowly.
And then killed, right?
Like I was like, because So when I found out about it, she's the same age as Little Moms, so. That's what had caught my attention because they were in 8th grade last year at the same time. So I was like, oh my God. So I'm like that. And people kept, obviously tweeting about it. So I made the mistake. I ruined my fucking morning. But like,
it's horrible.
I don't know if you like really watched the YouTube videos because his track, it's her case.
And I've seen a few of the
his previous
testimonies
track
on trial.
record.
I'm like, this is sick. All of y'all bitches are sick.
No,
actually, every last one.
Sorry, because they keep the girls are getting. When I say he keep trying to fuck, but I'm sorry, he was raping. They like not just her, like all the little girls around. Like he was like soliciting it openly. And then he has he spent like a decade in jail for the same thing. Like, you can't fix people like that. You can't fix
people like that. You can't fix people like that. And I just feel like the way that things are set up and like how these men are raised and like all these systems that we're just now like really seeing some type of progress on doing. And then it's like, okay, the progress that we made.
Is deep Negro side.
The progress that we made after yesterday. It's like, oh my God. But like the progress that we're like you.
How do I send this to you? My birth chart.
Oh, Gemini, can you put us in a group chat?
Well, yes.
Sorry.
No, it's like it's just ingrained in a lot of these niggas' minds. Like
that misogyny is just like
it's so deep and so strong.
It's so deep.
I be catching my dad. Like I literally am still with my dad now. You know, my dad's straight
and narrow.
Drag it down.
And you said he was a hood nigga, so
yeah, he was a hood nigga.
That's fun.
Pastor's preacher's child. You know what I'm saying? PK.
What city are you from? You're from Austin?
I'm from Austin, yes.
Okay.
Wow.
So, how do you feel about the gentrification of Austin?
Oof.
Because I will say in the last... Because I found out about Houston when I was a sophomore in college because my bigs were going to move here because they were saying... This was like back in 2015, 2016. Houston was the new Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. So it's really crazy being here now at this point. And they had done this whole write-up because my parents were like, oh my God, we're about to graduate this year. Like, we're going to move to Houston, start our life. And I'm like, girl, why don't go to Atlanta? Because at that point, it was like Atlanta was like the poppin' city.
Right.
And Jamila had told me this. Well, if you move to Atlanta, you're going to be in the suburbs. You're not going to be in the city. Houston is like, they have a whole like 10-year plan for the city. And this is where all the black professionals are going to be at. This is the next spot. And so they gave me this magazine and I really sat there and read it. And I didn't read it in mind of ever wanting to move to Houston. Just like that's what we were talking about at that moment. Yeah. So here we are 10 years later. I happened to move to Houston and like everything that I read in that like article write-up has come to fruition. And it just makes me respect like city planners, city builders. People are constantly complaining about gentrification, but you like when you're voting, and here I'm going to go on you got to vote locally rants. The lobbying, how they are deciding where they're going to gentrify, and I'm saying I say all that to say Austin has been with the same vibe in a different direction though.
In a very different dark side direction.
California, like everyone from Cali's moving to Austin.
No, let me tell you what Austin is. Austin is white Atlanta, and you can quote me, and I mean that in the Sodom and Gomorrah way. I mean that in the Sodom and Gomorrah way. I don't know.
People call Atlanta Sodom and Gomorrah as well.
Right. So, like, that's what I'm saying as far as, like,
you want to hear some Austin, more? You remember that
just
show
make it white.
Singles on Netflix? That show Singles? It was like, it came out in 2022. It was like a bunch of single people in a house where they started fucking. Long to the short. They tried to cast me for that show. And I literally didn't take it.
Was it filmed in Atlanta?
It was filmed in Austin. It's called Singles Austin. If you
of course it was.
Yeah. So
and you see,
and the reason I didn't go to it was because you know how when you do stuff like that, you don't necessarily know the premise of the show until they start doing the interviews and stuff. So when I found out the premise and that it wasn't like a black show, I was like, I'm gonna say something crazy to these white people in Austin, and I'm gonna get myself canceled before I even get started. So I'm gonna pass politely. Thank you for the opportunity.
It's so white. Like, literally, there are the black people that are still there, they've been pushed to, like, one specific area. Have you been to Austin? Have y'all been to Austin?
No.
I've never been there.
You're not missing
I'm
nothing.
trying to get a nigga to take me.
Never been there.
Because I don't want to drive all the way
But I heard
out
it's a
there.
cute little bar scene.
Yeah, because it's like...
Cute bar scene. Yeah.
But
I mean, even then, it's like it's not even safe no more because of the gentrification. Like, it's just a lot of a lot of people have come from Cali They're trying to make it like little California. I've never been or little LA.
Yeah,
I've never been to LA.
You're not missing any. I know that and I mean, I say this in like, I've like never liked LA. I have family in LA. My dad went to high school in LA. I've never really cared for LA. SoCal and NorCal have a different vibe, and LA is just one of them cities that, because most of LA is the trenches. It's what is like, you have that one strip that's in Hollywood, and it's very green. So that's also number one. And then you have like, it's very similar to like Third Ward, how you have the colleges like UCL, UCLA, USC, in the smack dab in the middle of the ghetto. Like, okay, cool, but the traffic, driving 30 minutes to drive 2 miles, I'm not doing that every fucking day. Like, I don't care.
Is it worse there, or is it worse in Houston?
Houston has gotten progressively worse since I got here, though. That's the thing.
And that's what I'm going to say. Atlanta has the worst traffic. It's worse than LA. It's worse than Houston.
Atlanta's traffic is bad.
It is because Atlanta's this big. Yeah. It's a fist. It's so small. And we have so many people here. And the thing is, a lot of the people work in Atlanta live in the metro, which that's the smart thing to do, obviously. But also, Atlanta has been under construction since I moved here 15 years ago.
Well, what I will say, Houston is like that too, but they do be finishing parts. So
they don't ever fucking finish. They be on the same bitch ass shit, and it's so
in Atlanta.
The traffic in Atlanta, because just for perspective, I'm 22 minutes from Perimeter Mall when there's no traffic. Coming back, it'll take me almost 2 hours to get home.
That would make me rage. I don't even drive during traffic times. Like, I could never live. Like, no, I could not. Literally. And it's slow rolling the entire time. You don't get to actually drive until you exit to get to your house.
I would chew my wheel. I would chew my wheel off.
And so I don't. But when you live here, you already know. Like, I'm not going nowhere at between 2. Yeah. The traffic starts at 2 here,
and that's disgusting.
And it ends at 7:30.
That's
depending on the day, and it can sometimes bleed into 8, 9, depending on where you're at and depending on what's going on. Yeah, it's horrible out here. Because I've been in the traffic in LA, and the LA traffic is definitely bad, but it's still more spread out. It's mostly on like the highways and the freeways. It be traffic in the neighborhoods out here. Traffic everywhere.
I can say that it's mostly on the highways. In Houston, it is on the highways too, and it's like they will finish a project, but then they immediately start something else that they're slowing you down for. And I think since a lot of people are moving to Texas in general, they're expanding the highways, the fucking loops. They're constantly like doing shit on that. But the traffic has gotten worse since I got my license out here. So I actually learned how to drive in Texas, which is, I'm an insane driver, but I learned how to drive in Houston.
I bet you're a better driver than they are here. Let me tell you something.
Oh, baby, them motherfucking drivers in New York. I can't drive.
Yeah. So
I want out. Actually, I want to ride the subway.
We
were in a car the whole time. This most recent time, I said,
I would ride a car sometimes.
That's crazy. When I was in New York, thoughting and bopping around during the pandemic. I had me a Caribbean ting in New York, and I would get my ass on that megabus. Rest in peace to the megabus from Baltimore.
Rest in peace. I didn't even know it.
They just closed the megabus down like a month ago. Yeah. The megabus got me through so much. Like, that was my girl.
Megabus is gone.
Wow.
Because they have the flex bus now. They got a new bus, but it's just the megabus.
That motherfucking flex bus
killed the megabus.
That Greyhound covered in green.
Literally, because the megabus was not. The thing was, the megabus would be nice. Damn near, if you got the right bus, it would be.
You on that upper deck?
Yes. I used to always get on the megabus. So I had my little man's from Trinidad.
I know that's right.
Tobago. He went to Howard. You know, we had a little HU beef. He had me outside during the pandemic, like literally throwing ass and.
I know that's right. How old was he?
Good question.
We were the same age. He was a little bit older than me. He probably was like 2-3 years older than us. But at the time, he might have been 29.
And that's safe.
And I was like 24, 25, somewhere in there. He worked in finance.
You must got like a Capricorn placement, like in a prominent area.
Really? Is that? I actually do. That's crazy. It's in my big 3.
It's in your big 3?
Yeah. So Aries, Sun is.
Wait, don't. Do you feel like you get your words out better when you're writing? Or
I have to think about my words.
Were you more of a writer first? You have to think about it first.
Yeah, I had a blog when I.
You have a Capricorn moon?
Is that the? I think my Capricorn is my sun.
No. Your sun is Aries.
Oh, what's the other one? Sun, moon, star.
No, sun, moon, rising.
I think the Capricorn is the rising because my moon is in Sagittarius.
It sure is.
I was gonna say the Capricorn is why I can keep a job. Yeah. No, I know. I know about Capricorns and the organization and all the very calculated moves. I'm a very calculated.
Oh wait, what happened in New York? What happened here?
And see, we're doing it again. Shit.
Somebody got to keep us on track. I was
fucking that man. That's what happened in New York.
In traffic.
Up
and down the block, and he was giving me corn soup. And he had me on Canal Street. I got me a whole bunch of fake ass bags. That's what happened.
Wow.
And that's where I wanted to go. That's where I couldn't go. I wanted to go to Canal Street. I was trying to see what I was talking about.
Tony was like when you was out there, or you want me to call you Tony or Charles?
Tony.
Because if I say Charles, I'm gonna think of Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Charles.
And see, I've been just battling all types of Charleses growing up. That's when I was like, call me C. Call me C.
Call me C. Because I didn't want to see no nigga named Charles.
Okay. No, yeah. And that's what I tell people. I tell people C.
C, okay.
Yeah. So don't y'all, whoever, I don't know, the comments, don't get crazy.
It's still Tony, y'all. Come on. Don't be looking too hard in the comments.
Be mindful.
Be very
we can get funny on Twitter.
Well, yeah. I was like, Twitter's a different beast now. We can
catch me on Twitter. Catch me on Twitter.
Yeah.
I can't make it on TikTok. They catch me on everything in TikTok.
I'm crying.
I call somebody a dimwit. I call somebody a dimwit.
Oh yeah, I can see
it literally don't matter. I said LMAO one time, snatch. I said, how about I shut my ass up then?
No, I stopped making comments for a while because it was like they would get me on shit, and I would be talking about myself. I'm like, this is a comment about me. Okay, algorithm, I'm finna play with you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm my bad. I interrupted you. You were saying something about New York?
You know why I need you here more often? Because you remember what we was talking about last.
I was gonna say,
we don't be remember. We be like, now what was we had said? And Melissa, our producer, will come.
Anyways, next.
Listen, and it's the remnants of Vyvanse in my system. Shout out to Vyvanse. It's the remnants of it that's really making me like, okay, no, wait.
Yes,
because baby,
this can go in circles.
My mind.
This was very chaotic.
Okay, but yes, you were saying, what about New York?
New York, I was saying when you had hit me and was like, are you coming? And I was like, it's too cold right now, but I definitely want to do me a summertime trip to New York. Shout out to Sean Garrett. I wanna make Twitter go up because I'm gonna drink a little Alizé and recreate that video. Remember last summer when he had the
that
Alizé?
was so funny.
And they were
I
so
love
mad.
that video. I'm like, why did this video even turn into
all these transplants?
Twitter is wild.
What are y'all
I said, but it was just the way that he did not say anything. He just had
no words.
And I had quoted it like, y'all are mad about gentrification. I'm mad about the Alizé propaganda being put forth right now.
And I don't know, like, I don't count gentrification with black people. Sorry, I don't.
You said what?
Care.
And I said the thing about New
Yorkers with black people, like, I just don't.
Listen. The gentrification of black people.
I just don't care if it's black people. Like, I don't care if black people are transplants anywhere. We can go anywhere. We can do whatever we want to do.
I mean, the people from New York are doing the same thing in the South and want to get mad when it's happening in their shit, but come to the South and complain that it's not New York all the motherfucking time. Go back to New York.
My
like, why do people hate I hate transplant rant that people go on in every city? Mind you, it happens in every city because they do the same shit in Atlanta. Like, oh, these fucking transplant. Girl, shut the hell up. God damn it.
Yeah, they do it in Sacramento too.
Like, bitch, people want to move. People want to experience new lives and shit. Yeah. Let people move here.
Yeah. It's different when it's your friend, but you mad at all the other people coming. I just have to give up on Austin. Honestly, and you know what? And I never thought I would say this, but I used to be really proud to be from Austin. I was like, oh yeah, it's the capital, baby. It's the capital. But nobody knew that, and I love to educate people on that. But now I'm like, you know what? Houston should have been the capital, especially based off of what you were just saying. As far as like getting things done, there's been construction on I-35 for 4 millennia. I feel like
if you say years, that's going. I hate shit like that.
No. Like, it's been at least 3 decades, at least. Like, it's it's in Waco, like
where they have blew
all
up
the way
that
down. And Austin got 3 highways. You said what?
Where they blew up the church house? There was a man who blew up a church house in Waco. Yes, there was.
Oh, I think I know what you're
The
talking
cult,
about.
the cult leader.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I meant. It was a cult, but he was a Christian.
Yeah, it was a cult.
raging.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew.
Yep.
That
That's
was
what they're doing in Waco. Wacko.
Oh,
Yeah.
so y'all call
That's
it
what they
Waco?
call.
Oh, wow.
That is.
You know, I'm
It
actually
might be
gonna be in
problematic.
Dallas
I don't know.
next week.
I've never been to Dallas either. It's so interesting when
What?
you're from Texas,
I've never been
like,
to
and
Dallas
you
either.
haven't been to like several cities. It's like, I mean, that big ass state. That's about 4
Yeah.
states in one. I've literally only ever been to San Antonio, South Padre Island. The people don't know about South Padre.
They don't need to know. They don't need to know.
They don't need to know.
Hold on. That's over there by past
Uh-huh.
water.
It's just in a little.
Yeah. Okay.
It's in a
Yeah,
little.
So this is why on TikTok when they be like, "No, Mecca, you're really becoming like a Texan," because you know how I like to get to know the locals and get to know the culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I like to go to Galveston. And Galveston is really pretty. Now,
I know. Every time she says it. Every time she says it.
I just appreciate. No. Listen.
I like and
Listen,
Galveston in the
just
same
listen
sentence.
to me. Just listen. Now Auntie goes on a lot of cruises, so I have to drive to Galveston a lot to like
go to the port.
Go to the port and stuff, and I park my car and pay and all that stuff. But anyway, in comparison, like Huntington Beach and LA is kind of not obviously the water isn't X-Man water, but in terms of like this is a beach, but it's kind of dirty. Like people think it's way more beautiful than it actually is.
Kinda, it's dirty.
Okay, well I'm saying Galveston has the same vibe. Do you follow me?
It's good fishing over there though. If you want to go fishing,
and Galveston has so many
Two-headed
black people.
fish.
I do like that. It feels like an abandoned island. And I mean that most respectfully, because the people who were there when it might have
be
been
disrespectful.
It could be. That's why I don't want it to like the little boardwalk. It looks like a ghost town. It looks scary, like a haunted.
It's fine if it is what I'm saying. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's not really a tourist site. It's
not. But that's
very much a local port. Niggas go fishing and shit. Like
you get what I'm saying? It's niggas. That y'all are missing. I'm saying these are people who have been here for generations.
What kind of niggas over there? Oh, for
it's
generations.
Not the type of niggas you want to fuck, but it's just the
right.
who care about the culture. And in finding not Dallas, Galveston, I found South Padre Island because the people have told me things.
Yeah, South Padre is one of them things that is really. If you're in Texas, you know about like only people who are from Texas honestly know about it, which is good. Like you don't want to, because that's when shit gets to be expensive and all that kind of shit.
Yes, it's already, mind you, it's already kind of like a little pricey. But that, and you want to talk about a ghost town, you'll have a good time there. You want to talk about like it gives kind of ghosts. It definitely does during certain times of the year. Padre, South Padre. I think Corpus is like considered North Padre, right?
Not where the Salinas is
I've
from.
never been Corpus. Yeah, I've never been to Corpus Christi though.
You know, my bucket hat came from Corpus Christi.
Baby, I've had my little South Padre, San Antonio, Houston, and that whole southeast Port Arthur, because I'm from Beaumont.
Right.
So that's my corner.
What's going on? You know that Felicia from Friday lives in West Texas. I just saw her son on my timeline earlier today.
Huh.
And what's she's up to these days?
She's like a black cowgirl, and she farms.
I know that's right.
And he's on TikTok, and he literally came across they went to the rodeo out there and shit. But they're in West Texas, which I know is a whole different landscape. It seems like
very much so.
Even his
that's
accent,
where Lubbock is.
Oh, Lubbock. Okay, I say even his accent wasn't the same as.
Oh yeah, no, it gets real narrow.
The El Paso of it all.
Yeah, he was real like this. Like it was.
Yeah, them is different Texas.
It wasn't like the draw like in Houston, man. Like it wasn't that. It wasn't
right.
that.
Ooh, shout out to Houston.
Houston is a very specific brand of man. I have always stayed on the sides of Houston, both of them, north and south, where you can be driving your car and a nigga in True Religion jeans is gonna walk past you on a horse.
Yeah.
And I love that. I love a nigga in jorts on a horse. I'm sorry, it eats. It eats. I'm sorry. Yeah. You mean black people? Black people love animals too. Yes, we really are Dr. Doolittle as fuck. Them niggas be outside with them horses for real. This is my best friend.
Yeah. My cousin dad lives on a damn ranch. His dad passed away, so he left him the house. And so for his wedding, we like basically had the wedding on the ranch. and there was one of his friends, because all of my cousins on that side of the tree, them niggas, you know, they be competing in the rodeos, they be fighting bulls and shit like that.
Yeah.
So they brought all these horses over there for us to ride. It was this one cowboy there, me and Jelani was just staring at. I hope he wasn't family. You know, it gets spooky in Texas. Oh God, I'm related to about 60% of the people in Beaumont. Oh God,
especially in Beaumont, because Beaumont, yeah.
Is it like that for you in Austin?
No. Okay. Unless like one of them owns like one of my. That's probably a crazy thing to say.
I mean, it's the Patreon. Say it.
But it's
historical fact. I mean, what that boy with the Puerto Rican got on a TikTok and said his guest house though was a slave house.
The Puerto Rican
girl, he's biracial. That baby is a biracial if I've ever seen one.
He said, "This is my guest house."
He said this.
What that Puerto Rican said?
The reason I bought this house is because
I need you to know. I quote you 3 times a week. Micah has finger waves and goes to Ross every day. Of course, she's a black woman.
Yo. Because when you had first started talking about Ross, I said, "This is my type of. This is yes. I used to listen, and my mom raised me that way.
I go to
Let's
Ross
go
to
see
buy.
what's in there. Mm-hmm. Let's go see. Let's just see.
We ain't gotta buy nothing.
Ross dress for less,
nigga, and don't let me hit one of them lots where it's the Ross, the Marshalls, the TJ.
Do you hear me?
And the Burlington. and then you go a little bit further down into the hoodish part and get the DDs. Because the bitches been trying to act like they too good for DDs.
Shut up, they're too good.
Those stores literally
get
give me
3
the
white
most
tees
intense anxiety attacks. Like I can't.
Really?
I can't be in there for longer than like 15 minutes.
And DD's?
I got a brand new pajama set I got yesterday.
Oh, is it because it's just too much? It's too much. And like they got everything laid out.
Very overwhelmed. Yeah.
Okay, fair.
Okay. Where do you be going though? I like the Dollar Tree too. Ever since the Dollar Tree went to the $1.20, I'm such a nigga.
I do love it. The Dollar General got some real good things in there.
Dollar General. You know when the Dollar Gen and the Dollar Store be the same store? I said that's for niggas.
That's a very.
They combine. So in the hoods out here, especially on the South Side,
right,
and in Third Ward, they will combine the Dollar General and Dollar Tree into one store. I said this is for the niggas, strictly for the niggas.
Okay.
And I mean strictly.
The real niggas.
Strictly.
I love little Third Ward, that little block where it's it's a big ass beauty supply. It's a Dollar Tree, then it's a Aldi's, and then it's a Taco Bell.
Wait, I have a question. So, I feel like there's like a lot of things that I'm catching up on because I was like literally to this day. Like I just found out the other day that Lakeith Stanfield was on Clubhouse moaning, like having a moaning contest. Like it's just a lot of things that I'm.
I will never let them forget Clubhouse and how they acted during the pandemic.
That was a strange time
because I had got a little bit popping on Clubhouse, but the things that some of the girls was doing, they were literally having phone sex in front of people. It was giving like, you know how when you go to those public orgies and you have to buy a ticket and you just walk around and watch people fuck.
But
I don't know nothing about that.
I can imagine.
It was
like
so
on Mia Kupala, like how Tyler Perry had tried to show us.
It literally only lasted for like a month, maybe.
Yeah.
When everybody was trying to find like alternatives and shit, and so they were like, y'all need to get on Clubhouse. It's people in the industry, spilling the tea. It was more so geared to people who want to be in the entertainment industry and they want to know like the secrets on how to like move on up. So I was like, okay, that sounds like my type.
That's why I initially heard it was.
Right.
So that's all I thought it was until
next thing I know.
Yeah.
A snippet of Lakeith moaning because it was a moan off amongst the men. Whoever gets the biggest moan, and he won the moan off. And that surfaced where I said, maybe I will rescind my invite.
And do you need some money? Because what are you doing moaning for $200?
I said, okay.
He had just did that Death Note movie. That's why he was on that movie because he should have never did that movie.
He should have never.
And it's unfortunate because he's a really good actor.
And so why would he ever do the Death Note movie? It was a mess.
So when he was on there, Moan, I said, Lakeith, I'm going to erase this from my memory.
Yeah.
I know I keep saying Death Note movie, but I like that shit.
I never saw it, but.
Girl, did you ever see the anime?
Now, I haven't.
Well, okay. I don't know. Maybe you have.
Do we ever think of this anime? Hold on. Pause.
I am the victim of an anime ass nigga. So I found out about animes from him, and then I kept the ones that I like.
As bitches do.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one of them niggas. Like my ex was one of the niggas who, if you're a girl, you said what?
You should taste and see what God has done in
anime.
In anime, nigga.
Oh no, you don't, girl.
And that is a plug for myself as well.
Let me.
I'm also single.
Have me a little anime, nigga.
What I will say is that
just didn't watch the animes.
No, they be fucking.
When he was watching anime, I was on my phone. Oh, they do.
You.
They be having big dicks. That's what I will get. An anime nigga, you think he a fucking Poindexter? Yeah. He pull out something that's 9-10 inches. What the fuck is that? And where are you putting it?
It's true, y'all. Yeah. I am.
It is true.
I am said anime nigga.
Please.
Yeah, it's true. So if you want to find out, let me know. It's me. Swings both ways. But I did want to ask, when the conversation...
Wait, hold on. What were you talking about?
Don't try to run past that.
No, listen, because we were just, the day that TikTok shut down, we all got on live, and Aubrey and Braxton was talking about what they felt like our positions would be. They was talking about, I feel like Mecca a dom top, Jamila a verse bottom, da da da. So and then they was like, what do y'all think all this means? So
I see that.
No, I said if I was like, because I'm very much engulfed into the gay community. I was like, I would absolutely be a verse, and Mecca would absolutely be a fucking top, crazy ass top. Like, have y'all met Mecca? She's dominant now.
Look at her.
Look at me sitting
up there. Tell her what to do.
There's a fucking strap.
But what I'm missing is, like, I feel like I've been seeing a lot within the last couple of months, especially people talking about Texas not being a part of the South, and I feel like,
and I'm not sure where the fuck.
I don't know where that came from.
I feel like maybe I missed a conversation because I know I missed, like, because I came back, and they're like, oh, Juneteenth is a national holiday. What? I thought that was just a Texan thing.
That's what they gave. That's what they gave niggas though after the pandemic to be niggerish.
They say here.
Yeah, no, that's really dead the fuck.
It was really a here damn.
I will say we've always celebrated Juneteenth in California though, but it's because I'm always going to go into my Great Migration spiel. The Great Migration, a lot of Black people in California come from Southern Blacks, and then Texas, Louisiana, all this stuff. And so I always growing up participated in the Juneteenth festival that we had in Sac. It was like, but it wasn't like a big thing. It was much bigger out here, but it was like a little, like a one day on Saturday, the afternoon or whatever.
Yeah, it's just super different in Texas because we've been doing it for so long, and it's like it's an actual thing versus now that I'm in Atlanta. And whenever it comes around, like, people have definitely been kind of celebrating it, but it's not. They don't celebrate the same way in Texas. It's
more so freak off in Atlanta.
Yeah,
a freak off.
And then they're like,
oh, it's like 4th of July, and so they just do like 4th of July like cookouts, and it's like, but like it's an actual.
It's an actual thing. We also celebrated it at Hampton because Emancipation Oak, where they had read the Emancipation Proclamation to the slaves in Virginia, is on Hampton's campus. So and so at Hampton, it was just a little like. They would have like the councilmen come and stuff. So but in Texas, all the pomp and circumstance that I've seen in Houston, this is the first time I've seen it celebrated at this level, like on a citywide level. Yeah.
So I thought that maybe because I was like, okay, I keep missing shit like that. Maybe there was a conversation where we decided that Texas wasn't the South. And then I did speak to a couple of people.
I think it's just people who don't understand. It's weird because there are also people who don't really recognize certain other states that are Southern, but I think it's just more so because they view our accents differently. I don't know what it is, but so when I think that's a part of it too.
When I was participating in that conversation on Twitter, I was like, baby, as a Californian, I can tell you bitch, you're the South. We don't get like y'all. If you are part of the Confederacy, my beloved, you are part of the South.
It's as simple as
everybody in Virginia, DMV. Baby,
I was gonna say, but I also, even though there are countrysides of Virginia, they are not. They're not Southern. No, it is different.
I feel like this where Hampton was is very Southern, but it's a different brand of Southern. And but that's what they were saying, Jamila. They were saying
it's so different.
The discrepancy is and I remember the girl I got into it with. She was a Sigma Gamma Rho because I remember I went on her page and she was like, "I'm a teacher. I know what I'm talking about."
Of course, she was a teacher. They're all teachers.
Yeah, but
okay.
We can all teach.
That's crazy because Taj just when she had
they're all teachers.
They were teachers.
That's like a thing. With
okay,
them too.
I didn't even know that. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, She was saying that that's the point. They're saying y'all are not culturally Southern. So and I was like, culturally Southern, it's based on if you seeded, babe. Like the South will rise up again. Robert E. Lee Hive. But again, like, you know, can you be culturally Black or really, like, you know, like that doesn't make sense to me. Because even like having, like, not being from the South, I can go to Southern states and see, like, yes, this is different. Yes, this is different from this state. But it still comes off incredibly Southern. Like even Virginia for me was like, this is the South still.
I actually did not feel like Virginia was Southern at all. I was like, oh, I'm in the North. I felt like a slave that escaped. Like, we're finally in the North. The North.
I would say when you in DMV, and that's the other thing, when the DMV be trying to enter the chat, child, and be like, we not the South. I'm like, yeah, because y'all talk about...
Nah, it's very much
y'all
not.
But y'all are talking about PG County and Baltimore and the Black cities. Bitch, you start venturing outside of the cities, then white people get wicked.
I was going to say,
it's cowboy boots.
It's like, there's different things. There's countryside, because even California has countryside.
Yeah.
Right? There's countryside, then there's like the rural areas, but then there's like the South. And when we say, like, when we reference the South, we're talking about a very specific Southern culture that is just not had in Virginia that I personally,
but that's what I'm saying. The other Southerners are saying about Texas. Do you get? That's what I'm saying. You're saying it about Virginia, but that's when they be Mississippi and then me saying Texas not the shit. That's what they're saying about this.
Oh, y'all have never been to Texas then?
And then it's like,
I think it's because of the El Pasos of it all. Yeah, Mississippi, please. Like, Mississippi damned.
Cricket letter. Oh, please. We're not double dutching. Nobody.
Oh, please. But I think it's also the because we have like the Spanish cities like the El Pasos. I think that convolutes them, and they. You know, we got a lot of Mexicans.
That's true. They be like, oh, that's Mexico. And I'm like,
they not the same Mexico City,
okay, I get it. You don't know Texas. That's all I hear. Oh, you ain't ever been back. You don't know nothing about. You don't know nothing about.
But what I will say is, when I was at Towson and all them white boys from around the surrounding cities in Maryland was coming, I was having classes on hearing them speak. I said, I don't know. Y'all could say this ain't the South all y'all want. These white people are, and they got Confederate flags on their backpacks and shit.
Well, they have Confederate flags in Oregon.
And that is still like the Oregon Trail. They were coming from the South.
I'm saying, but they have Confederate. These white people,
they
will have a Confederate flag in Montana. They don't got shit to do with the Confederacy.
Here's the key difference. Virginia was a part of the Confederacy.
It was, and that's the thing. So there's two different things. There's the Confederate below the Mason-Dixon line.
So that's what
you are a
Southern
state.
There's the difference between being regionally Southern South. And culturally Southern. But the same thing y'all are saying, or Jamila, you're saying about the other Southern states is what they were saying about, like verbatim what this girl was saying about Texas. She was saying, and y'all
those
are not
people
culturally
are wrong.
Southern. Yeah.
Those people are incorrect. Those people know nothing about the South.
I just feel like everybody's like always copying Texas. I hate to be like that, but I feel like started so many things like they're slowed and reverb. You mean chopped and screwed?
Hello?
But then they're like, oh, that's Southern. No, it's Texan.
No, it's Texan.
It's Texan but people have associated the entire South with this one thing because of Texas. What are we associating with Mississippi? Gizzards?
Hello?
Like, I don't know.
P Valley, the paint. That's in Mississippi.
Because a lot of people also wouldn't even really consider
quickly. So
I don't know.
But that's it. And I mean, like, they got, the football players, okay. Like, okay. But outside of that, I mean, we got cousin fuckers in Alabama. I mean,
is that what Appalachia
I'm not gonna shit on Alabama.
No, I think Appalachia is the Carolinas.
Okay. Appalachia. I'm sorry. Let me say how people say it.
Fuck.
Oh.
No, it's black people in Appalachia. There's a whole... I was on Appalachia Talk during the pandemic. Heavy.
And I was too, and they said they be having people in the woods calling
heavy.
And I said,
they said when they was talking about the spooky shit that go on, and like they know up there not to use, like that's why when people get lost in the Appalachia, the people who live up there be like, baby, we don't go up there after dark. You was tripping.
Yeah, you ain't got to worry about me. I ain't gonna do it.
And then so there was a group of slaves there's a whole family, I cannot think, but it was a group of escaped slaves and Native Americans, obviously, who are already there, and some white people. And there's like a whole, I think their last name starts with an M. Like they're a whole thing. But they were always secluded. So it was like they created their own shit up there. Yeah, no, Appalachia is cool as shit.
Good for them.
Because wasn't nobody coming up the damn mountains?
At all. I'm so glad y'all... Hey. Oh, he can't hear us.
The natural is nice, Noah. I like it. You trying to give him a little Michael Jackson 5 vibe?
It's just not done.
It's just not done. Okay.
He's too wild to just have his fro out for longer than 3 days. It gets matted.
Oh.
So I don't keep it out too much because it's.
What's this on here, Leo?
He's an Aries. Aries king. So wait, Tony, let me ask something. Let's bring it back to the signs. What do you know about me, or can you tell about me with my big three being like my sun is Aries, my moon is Sagittarius, and my rising is Capricorn?
With your sun being in Aries, being a cardinal sign, I see. Okay, so Aries is the baby of the zodiac. So it's very much like when you think of like the innocence, the ambition. I think of ambition. I think of, and similar to Capricorn, very very much like down for the hard work, and would much rather the hard work than like have it the easy way, because it's like I want to be able to say that like, no, I did this and I did this the right way and nobody can see me in this. Very competitive, kind of hard-headed, but like in a but it's more of like a, it's because mainly due to impatience type of energy. Yes, like I want to get this done now. I want to do this now. I want to do it this way. So let me just go ahead and do it. I'll do it myself type shit. And then when I think of Sag Moon,
I was gonna say I can see that.
I do it myself is definitely me. So bad.
Yeah. And then we're talking about a Sag Moon. So your moon sign rules your emotion. So your sun sign is like your overall, like that's your identity, for the most part. And then you got your moon sign, which is your emotions and like and like I want to say introspection and like who you are on the inside. And then you have your rising sign, which is the way you present yourself to the world. So you say Sag Moon, I'm thinking that it's always a joke about your emotions. No, Jade.
No,
it's always
that's
a joke.
so tea. I hate getting serious and having to have emotional conversations. That's crazy.
I think it's in its fall in that area, which means it's like it's just I won't say it's difficult, but it's a very peculiar way you got to go about like.
Yes,
or that you learn in
I ask
life.
niggas to text me. I don't like to have real conversations.
She's very detached.
I'm very particular.
Very
She's
detached.
like this. Okay, sure, do that. Thanks, fuck nigga. Yeah.
I just feel like I don't want to have conversations when
I like you too.
I like.
You know what's crazy? When I was doing my self-reflection, my ex, like that was like that's why he said he cheated. But the only reason I received it when we had the conversation was because
fuck him.
No. It's definitely fuck him. But to the next nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like how I make myself better for the next nigga, because
that's why
did
I
not
cheated,
lie.
or not break up,
or just like why didn't we break up? Like whatever.
Yeah,
but he was like, you're not emotional. Like you're not affectionate. And I was like, you're right. Like, and it would be so crazy. Because I'm definitely, my love language is just like not even spending time. Like I just want you like kind of at my house. Like you can even be in your own room. Like I just like
parallel play.
Yes, I love parallel play very much.
Love a parallel play. Yeah.
He would be like, you never come over and like touch me or hold my hand. Like we'd be sitting on the couch just like we would. I would be sitting on the couch like this and he'd be on the other end. And I'm like, we're spending so much time together.
No,
I love you.
Insane.
No, and he was
mind
like,
you, her face would be like this all the time.
He was like, I don't feel loved. I said, how? We spend every moment together. What are we talking about? So, so now I have to like, I've taught myself, I've trained myself to like, I know niggas like to be touched on. And so it's like, it doesn't necessarily do anything for me, but like, I'm just like
like to be touched on because they like to be baby because they used to their mama baby and then, but it's more of like, I think with Sag Moons, what they have to usually do is like just check in and find out like, okay, what is it that you like, rather than you just going ahead and like doing what you're supposed to do, because then it starts to become like a chore. But I feel like with Sag Moons, like I'm always hearing that like they just have to get to a point where they just ask like, okay, let's just get the hard shit out of the way, because y'all like the hard, like to joke, and that's I mean, you can deliver it in a way that's like always like it's always going to be like a joke. So I'm like, the conversation is gonna go well. You might as well just get it out the way. You're gonna say some other shit anyway that's worse, so you might as well get the hard shit out of the way. So it's like, okay, well, what do you like, so I can make sure that I'm doing these things.
Very much. Yes.
And that'll just save you, like, because I mean, maybe there's some that don't like to be touched all the time, or and it just helps with you keeping your boundaries and not feeling like.
This is why I was fucking with Unc. So this is why I was fucking with the old nigga for so long, because he was. I feel like he's autistic, honestly, but he's so into the horses and everything. Like, he has special interests. But anyway,
that's the way that I'm looking at this chart, and I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm just trying to find the Gemini sign everywhere. Okay,
please.
Okay,
that's not how that works. But okay, there is different signs in the chart.
I know nothing. All I know is I'm a Gemini, and I'm
but you are other things in other places. But yeah, he was so delightful. We were both, when I say it was like my romantic dream, which is why we were in a situationship for like a year and a half. He still lets me come and ride the horses. Like, we're still cool. Like,
that's right.
We would be sitting there and he would not. He was the first nigga who was like, we just sat there and would watch House of Pain and drink coffee.
Old as hell. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Woo.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I want to be read. I want to be read for filth, actually.
You want to be read for filth?
One more thing, Tony. What does it mean? I know that my Venus is in Gemini.
Welcome, sister.
Oh. Venus is in Gemini.
That's your love. So that's the one. That's your love.
Love and attraction.
My Venus is Gemini too.
Okay, so the things that you're attracted to, and but like the way that you view love, it's kind of like tied. I think of like Venus and Mars, because Mars is sex and aggression, so like it all like kind of comes together for me. Okay. But like for a Gemini Venus, it's more of like an observation of you first of all need to be mentally stimulated really bad.
Clock it.
Otherwise you're going to end up having better conversations with somebody else, and then you're gonna like, oh well, maybe I should like them instead, or maybe I should give my time to them instead, because
and I just want to give my time to everybody.
Everybody can have me.
So that's another thing. I know y'all was talking shit about the polys, but baby, that'll be the main ones of Venus and Gemini.
Now he said we need to be poly. Jamila, he said, bitch, right? Is that what poly? I said, is that what's so crazy is I have had this conversation when Alexis and Francesca were going back and forth. Shout out to Francesca Ramsey, shameless plug.
Shout out to Francesca.
Wallpaper.
I'm getting my next boo.
Right. And she has good patterns. I'm about to do another room. I just haven't figured out which one I want to get. It's like, the thing about it is, I know that like essentially the way that I date is how poly people date. But I'm not mature enough to, I don't want you to tell. And even still, when I'm dating, I know that you're also talking to other people.
But don't tell me.
Please don't tell. Like, I'm not that mature. Like, I know that about myself. Keep that shit to yourself.
I will never be, actually. How about that?
I don't want to be like.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know. Right. I don't want to sit here and be on some with my other girlfriend. Don't fucking talk to me about that bitch.
Ever.
Like, what are we talking about?
Ever.
Like,
yeah.
Don't you ever come out your mouth.
Like, I was slapping nigga.
That's not. But yeah, that's what I think of. It's like.
Are you
like
poly?
You
Look at me.
No. Are you? That's okay. So I did try an open relationship one good time.
How was it?
I won't even say it was a good time. And it was my idea.
That's crazy.
Like, it was. Not me spilling my tea. I love doing this though. It doesn't matter.
I love tea.
Yeah, it was my idea. I was coming off the heels of being single for 2.5 years, and I finally found myself, got right with spirit, got really connected, and I was like, you know what? I got love to give, because I kept my boundaries. And would you know that when you keep your boundaries, and the people that stick around you have the capability to love more? And that's why.
Who would have thought?
They ate with that. So like, I definitely felt like I could just give it, and I felt the feeling of loving more than one person at once.
Okay.
And that was very new for me, because it was always one. I would talk. One, that's it. Put me through hell, I'm gonna stay right here. So, yeah. When I got into the relationship, I was like, yeah, let's try it open. And he was like, oh, okay, I'm usually monogamous, but I can try that. That doesn't sound too hard. And yeah, it was just like, wait, what was the point of me talking about that?
We were talking about, I asked if you had ever been poly.
Yes.
Because I don't know.
So I did try the open, but the reason I didn't get to try it really was because he lied. He did not want to do open. He didn't want to do open. It was not working out for him at all. He was very anxiously attached. And it was just one thing after another. Jealous of all of my friends, scared of me falling for my poly friends because I'm bisexual. So there's always that. And he was gay.
That's a new piece of tidbit about you. I did not know you were bisexual.
Oh yeah. I made a whole video about it. When that conversation of like, what was it? Like women, who started that conversation?
I just saw
was
Malik.
It Dev?
And I know I saw Malik talk about it because he was talking about how bisexual.
Oh no, he said he can't stand.
Yeah, he can't stand y'all.
Or he doesn't. Yeah, but it was the conversation like a couple of months ago, maybe back in like October, where all the women were talking about their gay crushes.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And they were like, and I was getting tagged.
Who did they say they wanted to fuck you and Casanova?
You can.
You can today.
Isn't that what Davey said too? Actually, yes.
And Davey was lying.
I know Davey was lying. He's a liar. But Tony is not. I'm not lying. I love everyone.
I love. But yeah, that did not work out for me. He got to experience it. I did not. And he did it in a very like he was like, yeah, I just had to go test it out for myself, so I went on one of those apps. Oh, okay, well, that's not how I expected us to do that when I laid down the ground rules at the beginning. Niggas are stupid. But when it comes to poly, I tried open because I knew that there was never going to be a thing of, and first of all, there was no sex supposed to be involved with other people. It was very specific. But when it comes to like actually giving the attention that I give a partner, it's like there's no way I could be part birthdays.
It was the first look.
He's calling me.
Is he calling?
He's calling me.
That's why your face looked like that. It was the way she went.
Now what?
And wait, Tony, do that again, because that's Noah on the other side of the group.
I'm right here. What you calling me for?
Where are you?
Don't call me. Give it here. Let me see.
Please don't call me. Is hella funny. So another question. Now that I see, because I did not know you were bisexual, I would have put that on my list of things to ask. Do you feel like, because I don't know if you saw the conversation that was happening like at the very beginning of the new year, that they some of the gay boys were talking about like bisexual. I don't even know what was the catalyst, but just and I saw Malik's video and I saw some spurred off videos. Do you feel like one, you're more attracted to one gender than the other? That's my first question. And then my second question, relationship wise, obviously it's going to be different. Do you have a preference with who you would rather just be in a relationship with versus just fucking on?
Great
because
questions,
those were the topics that I was seeing.
And you thought I didn't make. I didn't make a video. You thought I didn't make a video.
No. I was trying to, and I noticed a lot of people I expected to make videos did not. I said, "Oh, is this one of them conversations that we all are?" Because we all getting grown enough to just keep our opinions to ourselves. We almost 30 now. So
that's what it was giving.
We let the motherfuckers in their early 20s. Cause see, y'all had me at the beginning of the pandemic when I was in my early 20s talking shit every time I thought something. Now every thought don't need to get spewed on the internet, child. I'm past that.
So what I will answer is I do. It's definitely 50-50 with me.
Okay,
it's always been like that.
Okay.
But the last woman I dated was in 2017.
Okay.
Real toxic. I loved it. And then we ended up, it was so ghetto. Like me yelling in public on the phone. It was long distance too.
Oh, I'm so weird. Especially, so you said 2017. When you're in your early 20s, that shit is so tea. I'm sorry. I want to argue on the phone in public.
You see, like
crazy.
Yeah, type shit. Where are you? Where are you? I'm right here. Like, look.
So basically what you're saying is you're due for another girl.
Well, the thing is, okay, so
Did you see the young boy trolling? And he was trolling, but he was like, yeah, if you one of them, them girls, hit me, my line. And they was all in the comments like, you are almost there.
You are almost.
It's just so funny because I'm so glad everyone took the joke because that shit had me crying because it was like,
that was funny as fuck.
With the step thumbs and the them and you could have locks. Like he started describing. I said,
yeah.
Because they love them. They love them real bad.
Damn. I love dating women. It's very much only thing that's saving you is the heart of a woman. I feel very seen, very loved because I am now that I know who I am, I'm a very sensitive person. I like to, and I do a lot. It's not always deep. It's definitely like funny, but like I do like a lot of introspection. I love having those conversations. And I don't know, just being seen is really just the main thing. And like you knowing my favorite whatever, it's like you have to like teach these niggas that. But what really slowed me down, and here's my problematic take, but good thing it's on the Patreon. I just feel like my woman should never have to open her purse. Now, I'm holding your hand. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. And I know y'all agree. I don't believe in that. Money was very tight. Not anymore. But money was tight. And this is a very recent thing. So I was like, well, first it was, let me genuinely give a man a chance post the, relationship in 2017. And I eventually did meet somebody that, I thought I really, really liked. First boyfriend, I was like, wow, I'm 26.
Not your first love.
Really sexual. Yeah. No, not my first love. But definitely like the first time I was like in love because it had lasted that long. He was older. I do typically, date older when it comes to men because I expect them to have money, but it got to a point after that where like when I was dating, I was like, it's easier to go on a date with a man because I ain't got to open my book for the most part until we start talking about positions. Then that's when they want to be like, oh, but I'm the bottom. You a boy. Open up your wallet. What are you talking? You trying to take me home? You invited me on this and you want me to pay you? We at fucking Benihana because of you. We're because of you. We're at Cheesecake Factory because of you. But yeah, I dated men. It got to a point where I was like, let me go get a free meal.
And but you know what? Girls go through that too. Like that's the thing. Like it's wrong.
But it gets really dicey when it comes to that conversation.
I know it was dicey, but it was funny when I was hearing some of the takes from gay men for the reason, like when they were talking about the stuff you're saying, I was like, wait, but girls use men like this too. Like we do the same thing, friend. Yeah. Like we're all doing this.
Yeah, I think it's just like it was more of a thing of like, yes, that's true, but also, and it's like that just don't apply to me. Like I don't know what to tell you because I do know that like when I go on a date with a man, like I am expecting. There are times where I expect him to pay. Now I'll be like, let me just go ahead and split. If you take too long, you ain't pull out that wallet. Yeah, let's go ahead and split it. Thank you so much. But yeah, I definitely gonna give you a solid chance. And I mean, if you fuck up within that time, well then I might just treat you like shit because I know you're gonna treat me like shit. It's very case by case. It's a very nuanced conversation, because people don't know nuance and because they don't understand how to like really how to critical think on TikTok anymore. I'm like, you know what? Let me just.
You have to take into account people's personalities and also like age as well, because I can tell you something. Yeah. We were just talking about this on the main pod with that whole Beyonce conversation. The reason it was so funny is because Black people specifically are hypocrites. Like Kendrick Lamar calling Drake not black, but turning around and calling Drake's quadroon son a black king. Like it's just funny. Like fun. Like we're just not serious about a lot. It's
obviously
funny.
He's a
okay. So but
he's a Gemini.
Right. And then on the same tip, even with like gender roles and getting older. It's like Jamila, the faces are killing me down. They're killing me softly. Like she finna go full on.
I just want to know why the book has to be in my face.
Yeah, like when it comes to gender roles, I'm just at the age where it's like, yeah, I'm equal to a man. No, I'm not splitting no bills with you.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? No, I think gender roles are ass and gender roles don't exist. Go take out that fucking trash though. I'm not doing that.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like some of the shit really just be on some like, but I'm just not gonna argue with y'all over that. Like I'm not gonna do that. Like for real.
I'm not.
I respect everybody and whatever y'all got going. I really do.
Whatever y'all got going on. Shout out to Jalen and Michaela. They doing 50-50. They're doing 50-50 on that outhouse.
Oh, they is on the slave house?
On the slave
Did they do that in Puerto Rico?
50-50 everything.
They really are 50-50? That's what they had said?
He is black and white.
That baby is biracial.
Only.
He looks like he could be Puerto Rican or Habesha. He could be
No.
Ethiopian.
It do give a little
do.
East Af.
He could be East African too. If you told me he was Cuban, I'd believe you. The diaspora is beautiful.
Fair.
I have one last one. If you told me West Indian, also very plausible.
Caribbean. He could be Caribbean.
He could be from Trini. Because you know they got the mix with them Indians, and that's how he look.
Mm-hmm. Oh, let me look at Jamila's chart though. I've been waiting to get to that. I've been waiting to get to this.
I can't wait to be read.
Let me see. Fun. I'm not gonna read you.
No, read me. I love being read. Like,
Let me see what we got
this crazy heifer was when the whole Jackie thing was happening. She was going and watching the videos. I said, stop.
Jackie,
were you not on the internet for that?
Wait, remind me, because I don't be knowing nobody's names for real. I just be looking at faces.
Let's pause it there.
When I was under fire for being a quote unquote bully to Jackie.
Oh, Jackie.
Oh, wait, Jamila, I was gonna hold. He said, I don't know. I said, well, we could stop it right there if you don't know.
No.
I knew he knew.
Jackie,
so I just need to give a little refresh. Yeah.
I was just saying because she really she was watching all the videos. I said, I ain't watching that shit.
I watched it. I promise you, it ain't a stone unturned around these parts.
And that's what I was gonna get to because this is such a nosy chart, and I love it.
It corroborates the information I just gave. Go ahead, read it.
This moon in Scorpio. Okay, well, first of all, we have your sun sign Gemini, the scientist, the observer, the yapper. Not always exactly knowing. They just regurgitate information most times. It's not necessarily a thing of like, oh, I know for sure what I'm talking about every time. It's just like, well, I'm just gonna say this, and and then it's like a thing of like, I believe this today. Next week.
Oh yes, T.
I changed my mind, not even based off of anything. It's just because
I love change my mind.
That's not the wave anymore, so I don't feel that way anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got this moon in Scorpio. So the thing is, a moon in Scorpio is very okay. So there's the intuition, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a thing of like always trying to see through every situation. That's why I said it's a nosy chart. Every Scorpio moon, first of all, Scorpio moons fill the entire room. It's like they walk into a room and they spread all their tentacles across the walls and stuff.
That is so you, Jamila. That is so you. You take up a lot of space.
Yes, like taking up and like just really just ears all over the place.
Oh, baby, I hear everything.
Yes. You catch something in the next room. You like, what was that?
Yeah, because who put that money back?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Always a thing of, but it's a thing of like trying to get to the truth. Like let's cut these layers back, but don't ask me about mine. Watch it.
Wait, clock it because Jamila gonna want to know your business, and you can't hear hers for 6-7 months.
Listen, who told you that? Why you asking? What you
mean? I'm finding out about
the
shit
skepticism
with a nigga from 5 years ago. Why you had never told nobody that?
Of their own shit. Then we got Mercury and Taurus. So I mean, and there's the intelligence, and it's just like, but there's the part where it's like it's not backing down from the random Gemini thought that we're clinging to that we're not gonna let go of, because Taurus is a very like stubborn and it's a fixated, fixed sign. So like it's like they get fixated on whatever it is that they believe, and the only thing that can change a Taurus's mind is the Taurus itself. Nobody else can change the Taurus's mind, and it has to be a thing of them coming up on the information. Because if you're just going to tell them like, well, no, you're wrong. This is blah blah blah. I'm not wrong. No. Taurus will go in and change like a Wikipedia page just to prove a point, or if they could just edit it, if they could get their hands on it and change it. This is what it is. Told you. You lost. I was right.
So then we got now you giving her ideas to change the Wikipedia page.
Mars and Taurus. Wait, you about to go through your Saturn return?
What does that mean?
Too. So a Saturn return. Okay, I think y'all are both a Pluto and Sag. Am I correct? Y'all.
We were both a Venus in Gemini.
But I think you both. So Pluto changes every. It's like 11 to 30 years, but that's like a generational thing.
We was born the same year. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Okay, so that's why y'all so fucking, because, well, at the top of y'all like 96,
Yeah, we're
97.
96.
Yeah, I feel like after that it started to get real stupid. But
That
like
makes sense.
before that, like I remember when the first class came, because I'm at the end of Scorpio, in Pluto. I felt like the class that came after me was like the intellect was just astronomical. And then it was like
Oh,
drop.
I'm
So
crying.
okay.
Now she
But
said
when
the
it comes
children is dumb. Well, they
to
said they can't read.
They are.
what was it that you had what was it that you just asked before that though?
If we have the
The
same
Vivance
people.
is leaving. The
Oh, you
Vivance
said
is
something about the
leaving.
Sagittarius. My Sag is leaving.
The Vivance is leaving me.
The
I've
Vivance
seen
is
it. He's been asking
leaving
more
me.
questions and engaging in our topic changing.
The Sag is
Listen.
leaving. You said my Sag is returning.
No. Oh no, yeah, your Saturn. Your
My
Saturn's return.
Saturn.
So as with a Saturn return, it's now like when you talk, it's like a junior year type of feel. I don't know if y'all like are familiar with that. I brought that up to somebody the other day. They didn't even know what I was
Junior,
talking
like
about.
how
Like the
you like, I'm almost done with high school, but I'm not.
almost done with high school. It's like the hardest year though,
Yeah.
because like in a sense that you know what I mean. No, it's more of like it's a very transformative period. So with the energy of Saturn, is like it's serious. It's karma. It's responsibilities. It's structure. And so when you have it in like the sign of Aries, you're going to have to learn how to. It's going to force you to have to be a little more egotistical in a very, but more of like assertive, in a more assertive assertive and dominant way, like really pushing yourself to it's because but it's an uncomfortable
This is
energy.
the one that is for both of us.
No, well, it depends on if your Saturn is in Aries.
This
Let me
is
check
so
mine.
interesting
Hold on.
Yeah,
considering
gotcha.
how like this year is already being set
Yeah, I
up.
was gonna say, let me see what
This
my
is like
Saturn is
so
in.
insane.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Like I'm
Saturn's in
gonna have to
Aries
go
too,
ahead and be the
Jamila.
villain.
Because I was
Okay.
about to say, Tony.
Is that not freaky?
Yeah, I was gonna say what you just said specifically had been like directly told to me by like our publicist. Kind of like on some, you're way too humble and you're kind of at the point where you can pop your shit, and I actually need you to
You are,
start popping
yeah.
your shit. Like that has directly been said to me like multiple times
Whoa.
since the beginning of the year. Like it's.
Yes.
Mind you, it's not
And
like
you're gonna,
a cutesy humble act. It's just something that I really be like just moving and flowing. So it's not like because I'm very
yeah.
goal oriented. So it's like I'll finish one thing, just on to the next, finish the next thing, on to the next, and without
Yeah.
any acknowledgement of like, oh y'all, I just did this. Because even sometimes
Right.
when I was talking to Valise, and she was like you don't actually pop your business as much as you could on the internet. You really only started doing it because they were during the Super 5 shit trying to be funny with it. Before that, you didn't even really, you were just doing whatever, like especially with I guess the podcast stuff. She was like,
Yeah.
it's actually imperative that you start talking about, because when people think you have shit going on, then they want to engage with you more. So this is like our literal publicist saying like, no, but as like from a PR perspective, you do need to be talking about who is reaching out to you and who's doing that, because that's gonna make more people reach out to you and get more like
Exactly. So you're gonna be put in situations
Crazy.
where y'all have to like where you're forced to do that, and it will be. It's very transformative. Like a lot of people will say, there will be people that say like, "Oh no, that time my Saturn return were the best years of my life," but it didn't feel like it's a thing of like, it's not feeling like it in the middle of it. There's definitely a test after test after test. It's like finals week in junior year to make sure that senior year you solid, like you just gonna chill and skate by and like just worry about applying. Like it's more because once you get on the other side of that around 31, 32, that's when it's like it's a bit of time. But when you get on the other side of that, it's like, wow, like I know all these things, and you definitely do change. I'm 31. I definitely feel the
Nigga, you look
change.
good.
And
I thought you were about to say you was younger than us. When you said I was on
oh,
the other
what?
end, I thought you were gonna say you were like 26. Cause isn't
Oh,
Christina? I thought y'all were all the same age. I think Christina's younger. You're
Christina's
younger than
29.
us. I think she was
29. I think
97 or
Shaheen is
something.
turning 30. Yeah. 29 and 30. Well,
Okay, yeah.
Shaheen's about to
So
be 30. Yeah.
I was gonna say I thought Christina was our same age, but shit, we're gonna turn 29 this year.
But it's gonna feel so like 30 really feels like and okay, so I don't know how long it's gonna be in Aries, because there's gonna be a time where like it retrogrades back into Pisces for a little bit, then it'll go back forward, or go back direct. But yeah, that's what that is. It's just like you're gonna be, it's gonna be uncomfortable. It's meant to be uncomfortable, but it's like, shaping you to be, the fucking diamond or whatever the fuck. I don't know how the saying goes, but yeah. I appreciate my Saturn return now. That was a hard time. That was a very hard time.
That's kind of like how I feel about my 25th year when my frontal lobe was coming in. Like, I was just realizing things. And it was like on the other end, I was like, I was actually having a lot of fun when I was realizing things. But in the middle of it, it felt like I was finna.
In the middle of it, yeah. Because it feels like eternal doom, because you start to look around and you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Like, I'm off the insurance.
Child.
The insurance that
I can't go to the motherfucking doctor, and my tummy hurts.
I was manic.
I'm so glad I had that baby right on during that insurance.
Because let me tell you something.
Listen.
This day baby.
Are sitting there.
This day baby. Please.
Okay. But yeah, so that's what the tea is.
My mom
on
trying to kick me off the family plan now. I said, you're literally gonna have to be like, I'm finna get a jitterbug.
Listen, I'm gonna be on that family plan.
I'm sorry. I literally, and you know what's crazy? I also I financially helped my mom. I said, that family plan, I'm not coming off of. I have to put that boundary up, sister.
That's beautiful.
You text me too often to take me off that family plan.
Hello? Do you want to communicate with me or not?
Please.
Because
I'm still your child. I don't know.
I'm still your child.
I'm the baby.
Until I die. But yeah, so I was manic as fuck actually when I got off the insurance. I was literally just got diagnosed.
I mean, what a time for mania.
Right.
That's
I was like,
fun. It builds character.
Wow. And then I remember I flushed my meds. I was having a time. I wish I had.
I know you was having a time though. I know you was having a time.
Listen.
I wish I had them videos. It's crazy.
I wish I had the videos. It was all in my Snapchat. Like, I literally was.
Being manic on Snapchat is so top tier. I know you would.
They might still be there though.
No, yeah, because you have your memories.
I tried.
Oh my.
I tried. I deleted my Snapchat.
Okay, that's why.
And so I tried. Yeah. I deleted my Snapchat because somebody like brought it up when I was trying to be more mindful of what I was putting online, and they were like, "Okay, well you say all this and that, but you still got a Snapchat." And I was like, "What's wrong with Snapchat?" And they were like, "They had that game where they was hitting Rihanna's face."
What game was that? I ain't never heard of that.
I didn't even know that was.
That was I forgot that was a thing. That was back in like 2016, I think.
They had
a game where you would punch her face.
We really have advanced as a community. Just as a
You know
whole,
what's crazy? I was just talking to someone about this when I was in high school, and it's like when we were in high school, it was just starting to change. But even my senior year, we had a thing called Slap Ass Friday. I don't know if the other schools did this, and it was when the boys would go slap the girls' asses.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was young and hot. I was waiting to get my ass slapped.
I wanted
a nigga to slap my ass so bad.
It didn't get slapped.
Bet you won't.
And it didn't get slapped at all. But the thing is, that is so incredibly inappropriate. And would never
wildly
fly.
Inappropriate.
And I mean,
It's
like
so
the campus monitors knew, like it's like people knew this was a thing.
Oh my God. Where'd you go to school at?
California. And and let me say this. I was in high school from 2010 till 2014. In my tenure in high school, we had both a trans homecoming prince and a trans prom queen. This is before Caitlyn Jenner came out and it went more mainstream.
That's advancement.
That's what I was saying. Like, it's like some shit California be advanced.
We barely had biracials.
We had biracials the biracials
we
are
have
the blacks.
Plenty of Blaxicans. We have plenty.
Yeah. The biracials rule. The Blexicans and the Blasians really, really thrive in California.
Down.
They really,
I bet. Oh yeah, because I got
like
more.
like
yeah.
I remember when I went to Hampton, and Southern, the Blasians are not as common. It's a bit more exotic. And
you get one, and they
remember
always
Devin thought Carucci was so fine. I said, Devin, I'm not even exaggerating. I know 17 bitches who look like Carucci. And I pulled up a girl, and I said, and matter of fact, like, Carucci's beautiful, but I know girls who give Carucci a run for her money, actually, if you're looking for a Blasian. I started pulling up pictures of, like, the girls I went to school with, and this nigga was, like, amazed. He's like, these are the baddest Blasians. I said, yeah, they're just roaming free, and they're all different types, like Japanese, Hmong, Vietnamese, Chinese. Like you can, the Chinese really don't go Blasian much. They are the ones that
right.
They don't play that.
But all the other ones, the
you better get you a
Filipinos,
Filipina. Yeah, you better get you a Filipina.
The Filipinos,
Maybe they love it.
they're black. You know, they can sing very
they
well.
pull out that karaoke.
Yeah.
They do be
Beyonce
niggerish.
is their president.
They do. Okay.
Yeah, they be our complexion.
Yeah.
Yep.
It gives like Hawaiian almost. Our complexion.
And then like
black
even
hair,
let me tell you
can sing
something.
and play
I never
piano.
met no Caribbean. My godfather's Jamaican, but I didn't know black Caribbeans until I went to college, because all the islanders in California are Polynesian. Like they're Tongan, they're Samoan, they're Hawaiian, like they're the big, but they are niggas, but and it's so crazy. TikTok has taught me so much, but I dated a boy who was Tongan, and I always felt, it was like, no, you have 4 texture hair, you're black, but he's Tongan.
I'm still confused.
No, I learned through TikTok telling that story that's how I learned about being black but not native from Africa, because a lot of them indigenous people from like Australia and the islands, like Samoans, that's why Samoans, Fijians, these are niggas, but they're just not, they're not native to they're not native to Africa.
Yeah.
Because you got to remember, at one point, all this shit was
about the rabbit fence.
Oh yeah.
All this shit was one piece of land, so it does track. But it's just like, when I say they be in the beauty supply with you, Fijians, they gon', and the Samoans, the old women gonna wear them little afros. They got about as much hair as me, but they don't put no chemicals in it, and they just pick it out. It's like, I'm not finna look like, when they be like, the nigga police be like, they can't say nigga. I'm like, that person is sitting there with a.
I can't tell nobody who darker than me they can't say nigga.
I'm not telling no one with 4
I'm
textures
gonna
that they
say
can't say
that's all
nigga.
I'm saying.
Now the skin tone, I know
That's
y'all get
all
iffy about
I'm
the skin
saying.
tone, but that's why when people, every time they bring up Cardi B, I'm like, Cardi has showed us her 4 texture hair so many times, I'm gonna shut my ass up, because that's where you got me.
I'm like, oh, y'all be playing.
I don't know what I'm supposed to say.
But the ones that be saying it out here, the culture.
Yeah, it's not giving. You don't.
I'll be
need
looking
to be
left.
saying
I'm looking
nigga.
right. I'm like, I wonder where the nigga is.
Okay, I'm calling it. Go find it.
Not where's the nigga. That's how it is in California.
Are you talking
too.
to me?
You know the Mexican club saying nigga.
Oh my God! But I was like, I was on that island alone. But I would fight every single one. Like, watch him out. Like, you're not getting away with that with me, because it was, I had that understanding. Then I didn't have the lingo. I didn't have the jargon. But I was like, you don't know what I've been through in order to say like, it's not even a thing. You were never a slave. No. It's not about being a slave. Crazy that you bring that up. But it's more about the fact that, okay, like I'm getting treated like an adult. I walk up to a car. I'll never forget walking up to a car because I just thought the car was cool. I was a child. I was like 10. I was like, oh, this car is so cool. I want a car like this. And I was looking at it, and then I saw the lights flicker like in the car lock. And then like 3 grown white men coming out like, what you doing by that car?
Get your black ass over there, boy.
Yeah, get your black. Yeah, like shit like that. I'd be scared to walk in front of a fucking lawn in on the outskirts of Austin. And you trying to the outskirts of Austin. Blue Austin, fake as fuck. Like,
I mean, this is the goddamn South.
This is. Y'all even like dating black girls. It's like, what did you want to say nigga so bad for?
They be so mad at Patrick Mahomes. I'm like, baby, first of all, him and that homely looking white woman, what you want me to say about that?
Wait, you said what?
I said they be so mad at Patrick Mahomes for not acting black. Mind you, he from East Texas. Him and that homely looking white woman. What do you want me to say about
them white
that?
Babies.
Like,
she's a MAGA supporter. They're from East Texas.
Of course.
They're from East Texas.
She's a mid-white woman from East Texas.
Mid at best.
Mid.
I was being nice.
Mid at best.
At best. From East Texas.
Even with all that money, it's still mid. I didn't think she got it together by now. I'm serious.
Would y'all get plastic surgery?
Yes.
Yeah. I actually work in post-op care. I plan.
You do?
Yeah, I do. Like I like the. Well, what I would say, I like the surgery that is
I'm actually planning
a
my
bit
surgeries.
more natural. I will say, but I have a great appreciation for the dolls. Do you get what I'm saying? Because
exaggerated.
I love when it's exaggerated, but Mama knows she's exaggerated, and that's what she wanted.
Like that was the point.
I think the point, what happens a lot is the girls are exaggerated and they don't know they're exaggerated. They think that they're on the natural, and it's like, no, babes. But if that's what you're going for, the girls who intentionally go exaggerated also do much better research. That's the other thing that I have found. Still? Like I tell,
interestingly,
I tell all my friends, please, the one thing I've said, girls do not be researching their doctors. They do not be researching their doctors. They just kind of go with the prices, with what's close or with what's available. And it's you're literally altering your body. It's worth it to do a little bit of research and really scroll through them before and after pictures. I've had a couple trans clients, and I've had like the stripper girls. And again, the ones who are exaggerated, but that is what they are going for, are the ones who come out looking the exaggerated but look good.
Claremont.
Exactly. Like, them titties are perfect. The Claremont, them titties sit, okay? And you know that.
You seen their new face?
Every time. It's tea.
I said, did you get nose put back on there?
Yeah, they did. I said they went and got it put back. I said, niggas.
That's been my question. That's been my question for 10 years. Can you re-niggify the nose after you try
They
to
went and got the hee-hees and came back, and then when got the Jackson 5 back.
I don't know how they now. You see how she always. I'm gonna let it go. Now. Yeah, sip.
Beautiful nose.
We like the nostrils from Gary, Indiana.
I actually need to start setting my appointments for my consultations. I will be getting some work done this year.
What are you thinking about getting?
I want to get lipo 360, and I want to get my boobs done. Just a little mommy makeover. That's all. I want to keep the derriere where she's at. She's always been T. Don't even need to add much to her. But I do want to get these boobs plumped again and get the fat took out this tummy. And then I'll work out after, I promise.
And you need to, because that's how you maintain the best results. That's why, honestly, I always, like, when they be frying the surgery girls up for working out, it's like, what y'all are missing is the doctors are telling them, baby, you are going to maintain and get the best results if you eat well and work out. So by default, what do all of them do? They start working out, they start actually feeling good, and they start doing that I'm a gym bitch shit. But which, as someone who has like been in you start working out, you start eating well, and then you're really into it because you're seeing like, oh, I actually feel better. It's like, I understand the feeling of like, oh, you're selling it as like you got this naturally. A lot of them don't, though. A lot of them mostly be on some like, I'm just in the gym, but that they're in the gym because that's that's their post-op plan. Like, they are being told to do this.
And for me, I'm very like, obviously I don't like to work out, but what makes it even more stressful for me and like debilitating is the fact that I know I won't see results in a week. Matter of fact, I won't see results in a day. And
what I will say, though, let me tell you,
that's very, like, that makes me not want to do it anymore. Like, I don't see a difference. I worked out for 2 days and I don't see a difference. Fuck y'all. That shit hurt. Now I'm sore for a fucking week.
That shit hurt.
You have to keep working out for the soreness.
No, and I don't care.
Also, once you start working out, if I don't work out for a week and I get like bloated a week or two, when I start working out again, I get snatched again low key within a week or and a half. So not overnight. But once you have built your muscle up enough, it's easier to snap back.
And so that's why I want to do my plastic surgery so I can have overnight results, and then I can just maintain my overnight results. And that will make me feel very happy. I'm going to start from scratch. Like, I'm good. I'm just going to get it sucked out. And the good thing is, I don't actually have diastasis. Like, my muscle fibers went back together, so I don't even need a tummy tuck. I just need to get that fat sucked out of there.
Period. I hate working out also. There's not, and I do it. I do it. Y'all can check out my Instagram. It's getting real cute over there. I have a little tab just for you, baby.
As someone who used to use TikTok as Hinge before I got too many followers.
Do you hear me? I still do that.
I can't.
Silently favorited.
And might I say, it has played off.
It has yielded some results.
Ha! I can't even lie. I got my last nigga off of TikTok. He found me through TikTok, then came into my IG DMs. Big fine Nigerian man.
Shout out to.
So you know.
I stopped sharing like my wants though on there because I feel like I was just giving you too many answers to work with.
Because now they're trying to come
Yeah.
All of my wants are like
you're a
funny.
liar.
Like someone said, tell the one non-negotiable. We have to tell the kids we met at Target. Like mine is a conversation starter. So they'll always be like, "What aisle?" Or I'll say like something silly. I don't actually tell them my wants. I feel like when people actually be on there writing them damn paragraphs, girl, I ain't finna read all this.
Like, yeah, they're literally finna come to you as a character.
As a character, and then after month 6, did y'all know there's a 6-month rule? Experienced that for the first time in my last relationship. Demonic.
A 6-month fucking rule?
Well, what's the
a 6-month rule of specifically the men, where they come with their character, and then by month 6, they just
and that
switch.
tracks.
Oh, that is like a girl thing too. We know that though.
Yeah, no, I learned it from that because TikTok is messy. So when I went through my breakup, it hurt me.
1, 2,
and
3,
they started
4,
showing
5.
me.
Baby, you right on track because that's when I found out that nigga was a criminal. Right at month 6.
I wouldn't have left after finding that out.
I didn't think she.
Oh, it was
depending on the crime.
Oh, it was.
It was a lot of crimes.
Was a lot. It was a lot of crimes.
Multiple for decades because he was old too. He was 72.
Oh,
so he's a lifetime criminal. He was a criminal in the 90s.
How old are you? Oh, this was recent?
He was 35. This was very recent.
Okay.
Like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I said, hello?
6-month rule. 6-month rule. Beware.
And had gotten arrested twice while we were dating. I didn't know a thing because he's a liar.
Just lie. And it's what
if you looked at it at he was protecting you?
No. Protected me from what?
He had you in mind.
Trespassing? Because that was the charge. You scare me if you're like.
For what reason though? Like what? Because
the trespassing charge is crazy.
Like trespassing.
Nigga?
Okay,
and I'll have to tell you the
reason?
details.
Did you talk to him?
Recording.
When we stop recording.
I'll tell you the details after we stop recording.
Got you.
I was gonna say we should wrap it up. We're at an hour 40.
Oh shit.
Oh, damn.
It just seems like a FaceTime call, so I understand.
Literally.
But we want to say, Tony, go ahead and tell us where we can find you.
You can find me. Oh, everything's different. You can find me at Step on Tony on
Everything's
TikTok.
different.
It is because then you got Twitter as C Maze, it's CEEMAZETH. On Instagram, it's CEEMAZE. DMs are open.
He is bisexual.
Definitely
so everyone
single.
is welcomed.
Everyone is welcome. I got my money up. But men, come with that pocketbook open because we are both boys, okay?
Period.
Love you down. Love you down. Thank y'all so much for having me.
And we're going to put all of that in the description and bio too. So
T.